sometimes you gotta lose just...
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Bills and the Texans, next on Madden Football.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his 2nd season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week. But all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. A shotgun snap to Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Stroud to throw it. That's caught again by Schultz. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a pickup of 6. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. The numbers for him from a week ago, 11 catches, 112 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. When you look at this Buffalo defense, it's quite a unit. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mixon on the toss right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here's Hardy set to return. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Allen going to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his first rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Texans take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 6.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. Cook able to escape. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Throwing now is Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Valdez Scantling in motion right. To throw, it's Allen. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Motion man is Shakir. Allen now looks to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Texans to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nico Collins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Open man is Samuel. Complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Allen. Quits. And coughed it up. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief.
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9. Play action. Stroud now. Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47.
Stroud.
He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bills going to take over again on offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And now out comes Houston. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Here's Stroud. That's complete to Dell.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Now a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. It's Mixon on the counter. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
The Texans at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games,
and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Stroud looking to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's Allen to throw it.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Desmond King picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's 2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. That is caught by Dell.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And Diggs has it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Stroud working out of the gun. This goes out wide for Mixon.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Mixon
running wide side. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Jeff Okudah up from his cornerback spot to make the play. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown run in the victory. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Adam Thielen, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Ramondre Stevenson, a touchdown run in the victory. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Stroud to throw it.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Stroud.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. 23 yards to pick up there.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, it's Stroud.
It's complete to Diggs. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bills' 17-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon.
His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Texans have opened the lead up to 30. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Here's Cook again. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mixing up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Matt Milano, an all-pro last year, in on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And a quick throw here. That's complete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is going to have a Texans first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. This 2nd and 4.
At the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Here's a give to Mixon.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans.
Nico Collins.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak.
We have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. To the air, Allen. Quick slant to Shakir.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derek Stingley picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Shakir hauls it in. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Allen going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Houston's offense taking over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 9. Stroud off the play fake. This one left side caught by Collins. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 3rd and 4. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he is caught. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practice for this. Extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 90 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a first down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Again, it's Mixon. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Houston, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.